Guys, I am about to um, tighten my hair. Some of my hair is already tightened actually, but I left the front to film to show you how I tighten it. I just recently re-dyed my hair this reddish color. It's still not as red as I want it to be, but I realized I don't want to be a redhead. Like, I don't want clown red, but there's a red that I'm after that I have not reached just yet. But I'm gonna just show you guys how I tighten my own hair, and you can just come along. Normally I have 4 in the front that I start with, the 4 rows in the front. And I guess this is where the coveted grid comes in, because you can, I guess it's just easier to do like one single line or row at a time. One row at a time. So, oh, where do I want to start? My hair is so fuzzy right now. I'm going to soon do a grooming, and I'm definitely going to film it because it's something that it really makes a huge difference. I've done a grooming, I think twice since I've had locks, and they are just so fuzzy right now. I wish there was a way that you could see. Um, Look at that. And not necessarily at the root, but along the body, it's it's fuzzy. And so what I would do is just get some scissors. I wonder if my hair cutting scissors are over here right now. Oh well. I these are not hair cutting scissors, so I'm not using these, but the example is that I would just cut along the sides like that. Now, it's definitely not something I did until my locks were fully matured, and it was definitely an experiment, but I just made sure that they were fully matured so that it wouldn't affect the hair actually going into the lock. So, all right, let's get started. Try to figure out where I want to start though. I like having a uniform plan, and right now I don't feel like I do. I think all of those are done. The ones by my ear have the most hair out, and if you can see that, those are my trouble areas. Like, my hair just grows. I don't even know that it's growing, but it just sticks out so much in that area. So every time I tighten my hair, I gather up pieces of that hair and make sure it goes into the lock. So let me just start right here. Let me tie the rest of this up. And I'm going to start on this side. And today I am using I don't even know. I think I got this from Amazon. I have so many different tools, and depending on the mood I'm in is the tool that I use. But I am using this tool. I got a pack that came with about 8 different lock tools, and this is I have 2 like this. One is a little bigger, but this is the smaller of the 2. And just for reference, I think my hands are pretty normal size. They look kind of big right now, good Lord. But this is about how long it is. And look at my nails, y'all. Jesus. Okay, we'll do some nails a little after I do my hair. That's my plan. That's my plan. So that's about how long it is. So I'm going to use this, and I use the duckbill clips and just a little clip. And normally I'm only clipping the area that I'm in. So as you can see, I'm gonna just do a line right here on my grid just so that it helps me to follow along. Ooh, this stuff really, this is about, ooh, Jesus. This is about 6, maybe 6 weeks since the last time I did it. I don't know. I've kind of fallen off, like I said. So I want to get back in the groove of things, get back on a schedule. So you can see how much I really need a retightening right now. And so sometimes I use a product just to make it more slick because I don't like the fuzzy look. So right now I'm just going to pin these up so that I have just that one section sectioned off. Wait, something is pulling right here. Okay, so I have that one section sectioned off. I'm going to use some of this edge booster just because I have it. I'm not saying that I recommend it. It does smell good though. It smells like bananas. It's coconut banana scent. But and I'm just using such a little bit, and it's just really to gather up all this foolishness around the base. And so what I do, if I can grab some stray hairs, I'll braid it. Not braiding the root, but I'm kind of braiding down the actual lock. So those stray hairs are now part of the lock. So now I can use my tool. I put it in. I pull, there's a, what do I want to call that section? That section is like kind of squeezed together. So that part of the hole is smaller than this section of the hole. So I put the hair down into that and then I hold it like a needle. And I'm holding the rest of the hair in a grip in the rest of my fingers. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start at my 3 o'clock, and my 3 o'clock is here. So I'm going I have half of the hair on one side. I hope you can see this. Half of the hair on one side, half of the hair on the other side. So it goes straight through the middle. And then I'm going to pull that through. I'm going to go up through 6 o'clock. I'm going to go through 9 o'clock. And I'm going to go down to 12 o'clock. So I've done a full 4-point rotation here, but there's so much left. I know there are a lot of people who choose to stop at the 4-point rotation and that's it, but I like to get close to the scalp. So I'm going to do, and it's enough that I can feel, you can tell that I can still probably get a whole nother 4-point rotation in this. So I'm going to start again at 3, 6, 9, and 12. You see how that's gotten closer to the scalp? Of course, I can't really see this, so y'all might be like, that's jacked up, but it works for me. So there we are. And I would, oops, I use my clip to clip that piece back so I can move to the next one. Because one of the worst things is connecting two of your locks together because it takes forever to try to get it out if you're able to get it out. I think I have a few locks that are that I locked together and just couldn't get them out. So you can tell I'm using a very little bit. I'm literally just making it damp. And there's not too many stray hairs on this one, so I don't need to do the braiding down. I can just get straight to interlocking. My 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Some people do north what is it? West. Ooh, I'm not good with directions. West. Let me see. West, north, east, and south. I don't like that one, but it does the same thing. So your 12 o'clock, you figure out where your 12 o'clock is, and that's where you always end. So again, it looks like these are kind of stuck together. My hair is kind of like I'm not gonna say I don't have the best hair for, but I think coarser hair is best for um, locks, for sister locks anyway, because it makes it's just easier. The parts are like defined, like you really sometimes don't even need a clip when there's coarser hair because it just sits apart. It doesn't get all close together like this is. So I try to make sure that I'm not combining them, but sometimes I can't feel the hair. So again, let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna do my 3, 6, 9, 12, 3, 6, 9, 12. I'm making sure that nothing is connected. I feel a little something connected right there. Okay, done with that one. I could try to start a new lock right there, but it never stays. Like I've tried that a few times and it just never stays. So I'm not gonna do that again. Let's see. So see all of that right there? What I'm gonna do is gather it into, I use my gel. And it's not gonna stay in, but at least for this tightening, it'll look neat. So I'm just gonna braid it again onto the body of this adjacent lock. Hope you can see that. And then look how fuzzy that is right there. See that? That's the kind of stuff that would go away once I do the grooming. And these are 2 locks that I joined anyway. So you can see that they call this a 2-headed dragon. These are 2 locks that are joined, and at some point I may I don't know. I may cut this piece off, the longer piece, and let the lock just grow from this one piece. I don't know yet. The longer piece is a little thinner, so that would be the reason for me cutting that one. But here we go. So I'm still doing my 3 o'clock. And 3 o'clock for me is toward the back of my head. And then I'm going to do my 6 o'clock. this is getting tricky because it's a little tight already. I must have already tightened this one. So it's really only needing two. I'm only going to do two. But if I was thinking, I would have done 12 o'clock instead of 6 o'clock, because 6 o'clock has it sticking up like that, like that. 12 o'clock would have had it pointing downward, but that's fine. Once it starts to grow out, it'll loosen up and you won't be able to tell anyway. Ouch. Okay, so on to the next one, on to the next row. If I should do some in the front, if that would make it easier for you to see. I really don't feel like doing this. This is the problem. The whole back is done though. The whole back is complete. I'm probably going to do like 3 rows and make folks think that my whole head is done. And then when I feel like it, come back to doing the rest. That's the beauty of doing your own. That's for sure. I think I'm going to do this whole front row. That's so lazy of me, but it is what it is. Okay, I'm going to do this front row. She cute, she cute. Even with the fuzzy roots. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do these front ones and maybe that'll make it a little easier to see. So what I normally do, these 4 and then the 4 on this side, I do them straight back. The remaining ones I do going downward. I used to do it like that anyway. I don't know if I still do or not. That might be straight up lies at this point, but I'm gonna do what I'm doing right now. So let's see. Here's what I'm doing. I got a little gel on my hands. It's a little bit of strays hanging out of here. I'm gonna pull this a little tighter. And I do like a finger swoop around the lock just to make sure that there are no loose hairs around there that could get connected to the next lock. Okay, so 12 o'clock for me will be going straight back. So I'm going to start at my 3 o'clock, which is here. So I'm going in halfway in, almost the same amount on both sides. And I press it all the way up to the part that's already interlocked. So that is my 3 o'clock. Coming this way is my 6 o'clock. Coming this way is my 9 o'clock. And then going backwards will be my 12 o'clock. And I'm kind of feeling as I'm doing this to see if I can get more rotations. I don't want it to be too tight. Can you see that? And you can know, you kind of know where to start the next time, because these two sides here, you know that you would go into the side of that and not through it again. If you go through it again, that's what creates holes in your locks. So you always want to make sure you know where you started. So like I said, when I'm in these front 4 rows, they always go straight back. So I'm going to 3 o'clock again, and you don't see that Y anymore. And then I'm gonna go to 12 o'clock because I know I can't get another full 4 rotations, but I could get 2 to make it closer to the scalp. See, that's how I like mine. And I haven't had any problems. I know there are people who said that they've had issues with hair loss and alopecia and stuff from having their locks tightened too much. And I haven't experienced that, so I'm not gonna say it doesn't happen, but I haven't experienced that, and I always do mine to the scalp. So I'm gonna do the same thing again. 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Can y'all see my hand is all in the way? 12 o'clock. I probably won't do this one again because if I do it again, it will likely be too tight. And I'm not going for too tight, I'm going for tight. I think I'm going to just do the first 3 rows and then I'll come back to it, the rest of it, over time. 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock. See that Y again? I'm gonna do 3 o'clock and 12 o'clock again. This one might be a little tight. Sometimes when they too tight, as one of my clients has said, she hears the African drum beats in her ears because it's so tight. But it's not too tight right now. I'm good. I don't hear the ancestors yet. Okay. And as I go along, I do a finger sweep around. I said that before, but that was from the start. But once I'm done, I like to do a finger sweep just to make sure that nothing is stuck in there or stuck to the locks beside them. So I did that first row. I think I'm going to do the first 3 rows. That will give the illusion of a full head tightening. Isolating that one. Put a little gel on it. I know the sister lock way is not to use any products, and by all means, don't use any products if that's what you so choose, but I choose to use some products on occasion. My mother uses grease, like old school grease, and her locks are down her back. So, do you, boo? I wasn't even paying attention just now. I'm already on, I already did a full rotation, and normally this is how I do it when I'm just sitting, like watching TV. I can just, it's like muscle memory now. And especially if I'm watching something good and I'm not paying attention, it goes pretty quickly. And I get that, some people just don't want to do it. Um, but a whole lot of people were SOL during COVID when they couldn't get to their sister lock um, consultant. So it's almost like insurance. You don't have to do it, you don't have to use it, but when you need it, the skill is very useful. Wait a minute, something's happening up in here. I am on 9 o'clock. You always got to try to remember where you were if you have to stop for any reason. 12 o'clock. Okay. I think you get the gist of it. Look at all that space. So all of that has to come down to the scalp. I always have this hand in the front. I try to put my finger at the base so I can feel where the needle is going in to make sure that it's going into the right place. 12. Let's go back to 3, 6, 9, and 12. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. All right, y'all. I guess that's it. I'll come back and show my fully tightened head, or at least pseudo tightened head. So I've done half of my head so far. Not really half, but I went back 4 rows here and about 3 rows here. And that's what I'm going to go with. Maybe at some point, I'm probably going to do it. I'm actually going out of town soon, so I may do it while I'm out of town. Just grab a few. I'm going to take my tool with me so I can just do a few. And maybe by the time I get back, my whole head will be done. But for my traveling purposes, I'm good for now. So I just wanted to show the difference in a tightened scalp and a non-tightened scalp. You can see my hair is very scalpy again because it's not it's not super coarse or thick. So when I get my hair tightened, you can really see my scalp. And I like it just because that means I know and it feels like it's tightened, but I don't necessarily love seeing my scalp like that. So, but okay, on to the next side. But I did want to show y'all something first. I've shared with a few new Sister Lock folks the way that I measure how long my hair is. I'm looking for my longest or a long lock. So y'all see I have a bulbous nose. And what does a bulbous nose mean? It is a nose that has like a gumdrop on the end. Like it's a schnoz. So I use my schnoz to see how long my hair has grown. So I'm using one of my longer locks. And normally I can get around 4 times. So look, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm at 4 currently. When I started, it was like maybe one full rotation. So when I later on get this thing going around and around and around, That's when you're gonna know. Like when I get to cuff length, that thing is gonna be like doop, doop, doop. Oh wait, it's coming off. Doop, 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 doop. It's probably gonna be like 8, 8, or maybe 10. It might be 10. That's the goal. 10. One. Dang it. Okay. One. See, some people's noses can't even hold all of that. This gumdrop right here can hold all of that. 2, 3, 4. Hey, hey. Okay, back to tightening. All right, y'all. First couple of rows done. I am done for tonight. So I am going to actually, I think I'm gonna braid it up so I can have a braid out in the morning, and I shall be done. That's it. You can't even tell it's not all the way tightened, and I really don't have that much to do, so I'll do this over the next couple of days, do the rest of them, but you can see up in there where I still need to tighten. But I'm probably going to wear it up, and then you can see a few of those, but oh well. That's it.